We're the only electric utility company to meet Louisiana's reliability standards for each of the last 25 years. And last year, we kept the lights on more than 99.9% of the time. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
How about that? I think that worked out. Thanks to CLECO for signing on, and they've got this commercial. And so instead of, I have that countdown going, I figured I've got some space in here. There's time. We're waiting. We're talking. We're hanging out, doing our thing in the chat here. So how cool is that to put a little pre-roll commercial in? Yeah, and CLECO. The theme is perfect here. So thank you to them for all the hard work they've been putting in. Still a few power outages, but we are way down on those numbers. And of course, I will be looking at that in just a bit. But just hold on, throw my arm out here, throw my shoulder out, pat myself on the back for not screwing up. But I will screw up at some point, so we know that. Okay, so Gina, looking good this morning. You can see those clouds out there. We're looking out at about 200 feet up, so it's almost like we're eye level with these little fair weather clouds. As we burn through the low clouds, and it looks like we still have some gray out here at the house. I had another inch of rain yesterday. I'll show you the rain totals that are estimated here in just a bit. That's Alexandria, 73 degrees. That's great, Cleo. Don't pull any wires out of their thing. You can hang out. My goodness, I swear this cat. Yes. This is a tenuous situation. All right, we'll be fine. 73 degrees, 2.71 clouds out there. These are the clouds right here that I'm saying are going to burn off the lower clouds. So no big deal on that. You can see the last 24 hours, we had the heavier rain come right on through the heart of central Louisiana again. That rainfall estimate of 1.13, pretty close to what I saw at the house. At LeCount, there was a little heavier pocket down there toward Cheneyville and LeCount. I was out doing some storm surveying yesterday. In fact, I actually want to make sure I didn't screw up and miss any official surveys, but I went out to Union Hill, and my goodness, it was pretty darn rough out there. A lot of trees down, lots of damage. I mean, there were some really big trees that were snapped, and there were some that were uprooted. But the uprooting, as I was talking to a friend about, I'm not saying it's not as big of a deal because it certainly causes lots of issue, but and I don't see the survey just yet. But here's the deal. If you uproot a tree, a lot of these trees, their root system's pretty shallow. Maybe it was impacted by last year, and then you got a tree full of leaves, big, tall, dramatic-looking tree, and it can get pulled over pretty easily in 50 or 60-mile-per-hour winds if they hit it the wrong way. So looking at the last 2 days, soils are pretty saturated because we were wet already, and a widespread 1.5 to 4 inches of rain across the area for the last 2 days, and it looks like we have another day of pretty widespread activity. Again, power outages continue, but these are getting much better. If you saw what I saw down there in Union Hill, and I posted pictures about this yesterday, you'll understand why it takes a little time to get this all back on. There were trees over power lines everywhere. There were places you still couldn't get around. Thank you, Kim. And I mean, it was wild. So we saw lots of issues from that storm. I don't want to give my official thoughts on that or my unofficial thoughts because we're going to have an official report today as the National Weather Service comes up and they check out that damage. So we'll know straight line wind, tornado, whatever. We already know we had 84 mile per hour wind measured out at Toledo Bend. So yeah, it was a rough storm. Here comes your next little packet of energy out of Texas there. You see that little bitty spin right there and some storms forming down to the south of that along the coast there near, what's that? Where are we at there? That's Victoria, that area, and down toward the Matagorda Bay. So seeing some storms in Texas. We have another wave departing. I actually wanted to show you this. Let me pull the display capture up here. Let me put the right thing on because I don't have a map that clearly shows this, and this is kind of part of the weather story. Boom, there you go. So what I'm looking at here on this is we have, I'm about to point at my screen, sorry guys. So we have that area of clouds or that area of moisture up in Oklahoma and North Texas. You can see the yellows overhead right now for us. That's drier air. So the drier air is getting pushed out. That little, this system, this little piece of energy right here, that's the one that's going to roll over today and probably touch off storms over the southern half of the area. And then eventually those are going to move up to the north and impact the rest of us. So just wanted to add that little nugget in for you. Temperatures right now, 70s, low 80s, Oakdale seeing 81 degrees. And here's what we have for the rest of the day. Mid 80s for highs, about 86 is what I'm thinking. I think the clouds are going to hold things down a little bit. Overnight tonight, low to mid 70s. days. And yeah, so it's going to be another warm, humid day, but we're going to stay below 90. So another stretch of that. Another interesting fact. I dig into these numbers and I just love weather. So, this is what you get. Last year, rain stopped on May 15th, and for like 3 weeks we didn't see anything. So obviously that didn't happen this year. Much different year than last year. We've had 3.16 inches of rain at the airport, I believe, since May 15th. That's what I calculated. So I looked last year to see how long after May 15th it took us to get that, and after an incredibly dry stretch, it took us until July 5th. So we're already way ahead of where we were last year. We're cooler than we were last year, and this is going to continue. So good news there. Upper 80s, mid 80s for your highs today, and Futurecast showing that we have those storms that are going to form down to the south along I-10, and then everything kind of comes up and overhead here. I think we get pretty busy here as these storms roll on through later this afternoon and evening. So if you do have some plans to get out and maybe cut the grass or something, probably a better idea to do it earlier in the day after we kind of get the dew and all the water from yesterday to start to evaporate a bit. I know you're going to have to wait a little while, but if you are planning on doing that, I wouldn't wait until late afternoon just in case, and especially the further south you go. Marginal risk for severe weather in the area. We saw what a marginal risk can do the other day. That's not typical. Typically in a marginal, you're going to see a storm or two maybe that becomes severe. And then tomorrow, our first day, and I don't know how long without a severe risk. So some good news as we head toward a more tranquil pattern. Your 7-day outlook of rainfall showing that we're going to be a little drier up to the north and actually kind of flipping the script of recent days here with more rain in the southern half of the area. Most of this rain falls in the next couple of days. Now, here is your 7-day forecast. Rain chances remain high for today and pretty high for tomorrow. Then it looks like we dry things out. Now, I'm heading out of town Monday. I'm going to be gone for like over a week because we are going to be up there for my stepdad's funeral and just to hang out with mom and do all that stuff. But I'm practicing on the live setup so I can do everything from up there, and we will have a full-on setup because I'm going to be gone that long and I just can't handle being away from you. Temperatures in the low 90s, and I have to brag, and I'm going to show you here as I bring my face back up. I'm going to be up here right in the heart of that blue. I looked mid-50s at night. Low to mid 70s during the day. Okay. Upper 60s down here at night, it looks like in this time frame from June 9th to the 15th. Daytime highs maybe mid to upper 80s. So it looks like we're going to be cooler down here. It's going to be almost chilly. I mean, do I try to go out at like 2 in the morning and wear a hoodie or something? I don't know. I might do it. And then we have your near to above normal precip because this is going to be caused by a big upper level system up over the Midwest, and we're going to be in that northwesterly flow again. So while models aren't showing a ton of stuff out there, this time of year you get a pronounced northwesterly flow and you can get some showers and storms to come on down from the northwest, and we've seen that out of the west and northwest over the last several days. All right, data's flowing. Everything's good. Still cloudy outside. It is Saturday. I'm going to get on out of here. I'll be live again tomorrow, probably afternoon. I think I'll do that and just kind of bridge the gap there. Take Tom's live slot in the afternoon. We typically do 1 on Sundays instead of 2, unless there's active weather. In that case, we're just going to be sitting here talking to you about what's going on. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I will see y'all back here tomorrow afternoon. Have a good Saturday and a great weekend.